folks, welcome into Croke Park in Dublin, Ireland. We're recording a special Pro Football Ireland podcast video output as well, just ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers watch party against the Cleveland Browns. Why? Because this is the first time ever a team has had a watch party in Ireland, and we have got some jam-packed content. I make this joke every time, Mark Hogan. You're barely in here as a Kildare fan. No?
It's either that joke or when you points it on Mark today. No, do you know what? It feels like we're at a wedding, Michael. Honest to God, like there's that level of excitement. We had our live show whenever this is going out on Saturday night. I think everyone was just buzzing to get in here. I think some people thought that it was going to be Steelers only, and then we're regretting not getting a ticket because this is the biggest event in, as far as NFL goes, in Ireland in 20 years. And anyone that didn't get a ticket, I mean, hopefully you get the next one, obviously, but there will be more events, is what I think.
There'll be more events. I mean, if they win tonight, and people will know by now if they go 7-3, hopefully, and like this is me talking generally, hopefully we see something again this season. But even whenever it is, it's great to see the Steelers have events, and thank you to them for allowing us to show you this and to bring you behind the scenes a little bit. We've got some cool people coming up to talk about it.
Do you know, just going back on that, no expense spared, which is really cool. Like they care about the fans here, and they're looking after them. At this point, you'll have known, maybe you'll have seen on your social medias, everyone got a towel coming in. Touches like that, like the ticket wasn't expensive to begin with, and it's like, and then we have Sky Sports here and everything. It's massive, and it's like everyone keep on making the noise because it's all paying off.
Keep her lit. Talking about keeping her lit, we've got a Super Bowl champion, a Pro Football Hall of Famer. To kick us off, we're going to hear from Faneca. We're also going to hear from Santonio, Holmes.
I saw the hands that broke the hearts.
And he shook it as well as a Cardinals fan. And we're going to hear from Dan Rooney Jr. So let's hear from these guys, starting off with Alan. Folks, Pro Football Ireland at Croke Park for the Falcha Steelers watch party. I'm buzzing to have a Pro Football Hall of Famer beside us, Mr. Alan Faneca. Alan, a warm welcome to Ireland. How you doing? You good?
Oh man, I'm doing amazing. It's been an amazing trip so far and just exciting.
First time in Ireland?
Very first time in Ireland.
Yeah. Was it all you've expected so far and more?
You know, I don't know what I expected, but it's been great. It's been the people are amazing, very very laid back, and just a great culture. Just love it.
Going off that, I suppose we haven't even rehearsed. What is similar, maybe, or is there similarities between Pittsburgh and Dublin? Is there anything that you notice people-wise or city-wise or anything?
I would say Pittsburgh very well could be a city in Ireland. I would definitely say, the people of Pittsburgh are blue-collar, hardworking, love their sports, right? Love their football, and are just all about it. And I get that same vibe here.
We were here in May whenever they announced the global markets, and we seen obviously Dan and the Rooney family and how much that meant to them. You've been with the team and around the team for such a long time. What do you think this means for the Rooney family, and how have you found them over the years?
The Rooney family has been great to my family and me through the years. The type of organization that they've run is family first, and really a lot of people always want to know kind of what's the secret behind being consistently competing and always at the top, because so many teams go through ups and downs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers generally do not. And it's the type of organization, is what I tell people, and it's the people that they bring in. And the people that they bring in, it's a family, it's a brotherhood, and that's worth 2 wins. So if you have 8 wins in you, I think it makes you a 10-win team, and so on. And that's just the kind of people they are, and it's been amazing. Mr. Rooney became Ambassador Rooney, and so we know the history between the family and the team and Ireland, and it's really exciting to be a part of it.
And we're so lucky now that obviously the Steelers have this marketing agreement in Ireland, and it led to the training camp yesterday on Saturday. How did you find that experience, meeting the young athletes?
Very exciting. Great athletes. I mean, extremely great athletes. Really, really fun to teach them something completely new and see how they grow, from the beginning of the period to the end of the period, right? They start catching on, and all of a sudden you see the light bulb kind of flick on, and they're like, oh, okay, I get this, and everything gets a little bit faster. It was just really fun and incredibly time. And
did the light bulb go off for you playing a bit of hurling? Did you ever catch on to that?
I did not catch on to it, but it is amazing to see those guys get after it with the hurley, and it's just a great sport.
Have you seen hurling or Gaelic football being played? I mean, this place that is behind us, the size of this field must be impressive to you, right? The stadium itself?
It is quite impressive, the size of this place. I have watched some Gaelic football since I've been here on TV, and they really are getting after it. It's It's a very physical sport, much like football, American football, and they're playing it with a lot less padding than we do.
It's our national stadium, obviously, and everyone obviously knows listening that the importance of it to our culture, and obviously having the All-Ireland final. But to bring it back to you, obviously you've played in the biggest of all games. What is that like, being involved in those?
Well, you playing in the big games for us, you play in the playoffs, and then you play in the Super Bowl, which is the game. And, not everybody gets a chance to play in it. And I played in one. And for me personally, it wasn't the season. It was my entire NFL career, my college career. It was playing, tackle football with my friends when I was 8 years old in the front yard, all combined and built up to that moment to be in there. And just to get in there, right, take that deep breath and kind of take in the moment and see the thousands of people that are there. And, I've got this picture after the game, after we won, and I got the trophy in my hand, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, and the confetti's falling behind me. I can't see it without getting chills down the back of my neck.
I have to ask, sorry, Mike, I'll let you in, but I have to, like, when you talk about those people that you grew up with, literal, your kids, your childhood friends, they're going through your head on the day, right? Like, that's not lost on you, that these guys are all at home watching with their families, telling them, I played with Alan when I was younger. That's not lost on you, right?
It is not lost at all, man. There's so many people on the journey that help you along the path, and those people are just as important as you being there, because they helped you in some way, somehow, to get there.
A couple of ones to finish off. I live up north, so when I seen you boys were in Down on Friday, I was going, it's fantastic to see. How did you find the whole drive up and the picturesque views at that golf club or something else, aren't they?
Oh, completely amazing. Quite a beautiful drive up to see the countryside, and then getting out there on the golf course, and just right up there on the water, and the picturesque views up and down the course. I spent the whole day in the sand traps, but that's okay. But we had a blast.
I was going to ask you who's better, you or Santonio, but I presume if he said sand traps, yeah.
Yes, Santonio is much better than me.
If Ireland was to get a game at some point, we'd love if obviously the Pittsburgh faithful came over and joined us. What do you think they would think of Ireland having a game? All those fans coming over, they'd be excited, right? Or would there be a bit of hesitation? I mean, from London, from Frankfurt last week, we were in there. There was like so many thousands of American fans came over. I think we're well suited and well set up for them, right?
Well, like I said, Pittsburgh is almost like an Ireland city, just happens to be in America. I think the Steeler faithful in Pittsburgh and everywhere else would appreciate a game abroad, and just would come in droves. The Steeler Nation is huge, and it would be amazing to play a game abroad.
Just finally, Alan, on today, we're putting this out post game, sitting 6-3. A good start to the season on paper, man. Take it and run, yeah. Yeah,
take it and run, right? It hasn't always been great, but we've been finding ways to win. And like I said earlier, right, the type of organization that the Steelers are gets you through those tight games, and they've been finding a way to do that. The defense has been playing lights out. The offense is starting to pick it up a little bit, and they need to keep making those strides upward, and we'll see where we can go.
See where we go. Gummy Margaret, thank you so much, Alan. Enjoy the rest of your time in Dublin. I'm sure we'll see you here at some point again in the future.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaking of shaking hands and keeping her lit, let's hear from the legendary MVP of the Super Bowl, Santonio Holmes. How can I introduce this apart from saying one thing? Mr. Santonio Holmes in Ireland. Wow, man, this is an honor. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing? You good?
Oh man, I am doing great. To be able to come to this beautiful country in Ireland and represent the Pittsburgh Steelers is an amazing honor.
When I heard you were coming, I genuinely think I ran outside the house like a child celebrating like a touchdown or something. I was like, Santonio Holmes coming to Ireland, incredible. But like for people obviously watching, new fans, old fans of any team in the league, Super Bowl MVP. The catch is iconic. We've seen you doing it around Ireland all week.
Yes.
What was that like? Like that moment in your life? Did it hit you that night, or was it something that you sort of look back on over time? Or
man, it's a moment to reflect in history, that for every person in the world that watched that game or had some kind of remembrance of that play, whether they watched the replays years later, it has resonated to them that this is one of the most iconic plays or catches in Super Bowl history. And to be a part of that for the Pittsburgh Steelers, to be able to travel with that around the world, to take the catch and make poses in different areas of the country and in the continent to be able to post it on social media, because it gets to show that not only do that moment travel around the world, but the black and gold culture is everything that the people here in Ireland cheer for, that the people around the country see. You see terrible towers that are flying on helicopters, on airplanes, on fighter jets, on the back of, cars, whatever. To be able to be a part of that is just truly remarkable.
I can't believe we're...
Mark won't tell you.
I
Mark's
will
a big
say,
Cardinals fan.
I can't believe we're talking about this. I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm a twin. He's a Steelers fan. It's insane what this catch has done. So I cannot believe I'm getting goosebumps talking about it here. It's insane. Because we were genuinely so excited to get you over here, because it's like, to me, it is the greatest catch, maybe the greatest moment in NFL history. It's just insane, the circumstances. But there's things in NFL lore like the 72 Dolphins, the 85 Bears that live there as the greatest. Coming up to Super Bowls, do you get worried? Do you look at wide receivers that are in and say, oh, he has the potential to outdo me? Do you ever worry about that?
Oh, my God. Just to have my name mentioned alone, it goes to show that the work that was put in to get to this point, it wasn't just done by me. It was the quarterbacks that gave me the chance to believe in myself when I was a young kid in high school. It was the college quarterbacks that said, you know what, I'm going to take a chance at throwing this kid a ball and let's see what he do with it. And I remember one of the first touchdowns I scored in college, it was a quick slant, and I just remember diving in the end zone with so much excitement. And to want to have a moment where I get a chance to play on the world stage, where not only the people that watch me on a consistent basis with the teams that I've played for get to see, but everybody in the world get to witness on the world stage how good of a performance it is to perform well in front of millions of people for one moment. And to have that in my history book, to have that in the Pittsburgh Steelers history book, no one can ever take that away from us.
Awesome.
And it culminates in this lovely bit of jewelry on there, like insane. Like.
First thing I seen when he walked in as well. Obviously, Santonio, the Rooney family have had an incredible impact on this team, this franchise. When you're playing with the Steelers, is that something that's very evident? Like, I mean, I know it was a little while ago now, but was that something that was always evident in the team culture, just day by day as well?
Oh, without a doubt. From the first day the Steelers drafted me, I immediately learned what the culture was about. It was about family. It was about tradition. It was about how well we take care of each other and we care about each other. And what I mean by that is Hines Ward taking me under his wings from day one, even though he's a Super Bowl MVP, he has a first-round draft pick guy in me, coming in to replace him at some point, and he's still willing to give me all the advice. He's still willing to work with me every day to help me get better, to help our team get better. And I think it goes to show from every player that has won an award for the Pittsburgh Steelers, it is always accredited to the man that had helped him get there, which is one of his family members. And that's the Pittsburgh Steelers team. And that's the way the Rooney culture has always been. And that's what we love about being a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Well, you're talking about passing it down there. You did a bit of that in your time in Ireland. You did the youth football camp. How'd you find that?
Oh, my God.
You loved that. I seen you were loving that yesterday, man.
You got to be playing hurling after seeing it.
They got a chance to let me coach these kids up and teach them how to run routes and how to release off the line of scrimmage. But more importantly, just give them a little piece of insight to my game and how well I studied the game or how I viewed, playing the game. And the only piece of advice I gave them was so little, which was how to catch a football. Yeah. And I think that was the most valuable piece of advice that those kids could have ever got from me that I had to give to someone, which is to teach them how to catch a football. And on camera, I don't want to embarrass, but I do want to ask each one of you guys.
Oh, no.
How do you catch a football?
Two hands, hopefully. I dropped most of them.
Wrong.
I walked past this yesterday. I walked past you doing this yesterday.
How
I'm going to get in trouble now. I was going to go like this, but no, I'm probably wrong. So you're going to say wrong? Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'm wrong.
So, for all the fans that are watching and you're interested in learning how to catch a football, use your two eyes. You do not catch a football with your hands, because if I blindfold you, would those two hands still catch that football?
Yeah, for real. Well, no,
right?
was
No.
the answer.
Point well taken, right?
Yeah.
So wherever the ball goes, you track it with your eyes. If it goes low, your eyes take your hands there. If it goes high, your eyes take your hands there. If it's out wide, your eyes take your hands there. So you don't use your hands to catch. you use your hands to secure, but you use your eyes to catch, because you have to catch what you see. And if you see it, you're always there to use your hands to catch it.
And I have to ask then, and sorry to jump in, Michael, but Gaelic football obviously played behind us. There's some fantastic fielding. The likes of Paddy Clifford is a Steelers fan. Kevin Feedy from my own Kildare, like great catches of the ball. Have you been able to watch any of the sport at all? Are you familiar with Gaelic football?
Familiar with it a little bit, but learning the history and tradition about it, to walk in and see all the jerseys, to see all the history, the players that have won championships, those that have had, I can't remember his name, but he has 8 titles.
Oh, well, it must be Cluxton.
It has to be Cluxton,
and
the keeper.
it's like, wait,
there's a few of them now. A few of the Dubs have too many.
Oh my God, that had to be tremendous, like work ethic, team effort, consistency being put together every week and every year. And to know that is big here, we have to have much respect for this sport here in order to have the American sport grow here. So if we can continue trading places where each of our sports play in each other's country, it will then, pick on how well we support each other in helping this sport grow, all around the world.
We were very fortunate to be here today to announce this in May, and now to be here after talking to Cordell Stewart. Now it feels full circle. You had a chance to do a bit where Cordell done, go up the road, up past Newry to go to play a bit of golf. We were talking to Alan. He said that you definitely had the better day on the golf course. What was that like going up the road, going up to County Down as well?
Oh my God, to take that long 2-hour bus ride countryside, to see all the different turns, all the sheep, all the open fields. The rain was hitting the windshield. You have no sunshine, and we're going through this little town where the road is literally big enough for one vehicle, and being told by our driver that it was built for horses and carriages, throughout the time. And to go through those back roads and come around on the mountainside and to see the sun shining over the Irish Island or the Irish Sea. Oh my God, it was a thing of beauty. And then to walk on the course where one of the greatest of all time, Rory McIlroy. I got a chance to see his picture when he won the club championship as a young boy.
Yeah.
So I took a photo next to it, admiring the fact that I watched golf so much, and now I get to play in the place where Rory played at. That's a moment that I get to live for forever. So playing golf here in this country is so beautiful. Thank you.
Hey, it's beautiful when you're playing, though. If anyone was on Instagram this week, you were a golfer, though. You'll have to come back. We used to go golf courses.
I got a few chips, just a few chips on my sleeve.
Hey, so I hope you have enjoyed your time here, obviously, but we would love if you were back again, especially if there was maybe a game sometime in the future. What do you think that would be like here, especially after being here for your week? Have you sensed that passion from the fans and from people coming from Pittsburgh? Do you think they'd enjoy their time?
Oh, absolutely. People will want to travel the country to support their team, but more importantly, we get to bring back the tradition of the family that started this organization in America. They brought the Pittsburgh Steelers back to Ireland, and therefore to have Pittsburgh come here and play, would be tremendous in honoring the legacy of the great chief and Dan Rooney and what he's done for the Pittsburgh Steelers, to be able to know that, having one of his sons be an ambassador, for Ireland and for the U.S., to know that they have been continuously trying to grow the American football here in the country of Ireland. I'm just super happy and excited to be a part of this rich history and tradition.
Well, I think on behalf of all fans listening and watching this across the island of Ireland, thank you so much for chatting to us and just for being here as well. And hopefully we'll see you back here at some point.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on, man. I really appreciate this today. Thank you.
The Steelers have made some fantastic moves in the market so far this year. Go off the ball. A Steelers podcast, I hear it's okay. It's good, yeah. It's been great crack, but you really can see what's happening behind the scenes. There's so much work going in, and we're delighted to talk to Mr. Dan Rooney in terms of all that there and so much more. We are honoured a mere, 6 months or so past the initial NFL Global Markets launch to welcome back Dan Rooney in here. Dan, it's always good to see you. Look, this is a great weekend. We're standing here a mere couple of hours away from the Steelers game against the Browns, the first ever watch party any NFL team has ever had in Ireland. How are you doing? You must be a very proud man this evening.
We're excited. We can't wait to fill the room here in a couple hours, and we're looking forward to watching Steelers football in Ireland really for the first time since 1997.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
Talking of, what do you expect from that watch party? I mean, are you expecting all Steelers, which there's tons of in Ireland, or are you excited to see the passion of fans of all teams being there?
I've been hearing we may see some other NFL jerseys in the crowd today, which is totally fine. We're excited to just host NFL fans, American football fans, and convert them to Steelers fans by the end of the day.
I think a lot of them, even ones I've been speaking to all weekend, are saying they're either now a fan or they're adopting them as their second team. Apart from some Bengals fans, but we'll get them eventually. It's all good. There was obviously the global gift game you were at, GA Go, Off the Ball, an Irish podcast. So many things going on. Is there one thing that stands out for you? Because you guys have done so much over the last 6 months. I can imagine your days are long, but to see things like this come together today, it must be very fulfilling.
Yeah, I mean, from touring the museums that we toured on Thursday with our alumni to playing some golf on Friday, and then probably the most exciting event was yesterday, the youth football clinic we hosted. About 60 young Irish athletes on a field throwing, kicking, catching. It was really impressive, and it was awesome for our alumni, Santonio, Holmes, and Alan Faneca, to give their best tips to the youth of Ireland.
We saw you with a down jersey here. How was that moment for you? I mean, talking about pride, Michael said a second ago. How was that for you, getting to do something like that? Nice moment.
Yeah, getting up to County Down was certainly neat for me, just knowing my family's history from there. And we went to the Epic Museum on Thursday and learned that there's Rooney's really spread across the map, not just County Down. So need to do a full country tour here at some point.
I had the chance to pop in on Saturday, and we seen the American Football Clinic that you guys put on. Over 60 people with GA, AFI. Now look, you looked like you had a ball. That must have been a very, very great day.
Yeah, we're at home on a football field, on an American football field. So just teaching them, as I said, throwing, kicking, catching. It was a blast. We even had an offensive lineman station that Alan Faneca got to coach up. So a lot of fun working with the hurling team as well as the AFI group.
How do you think that they react to that? I mean, there's been massive news in the last month or so that flag football is going to be at the Olympics, and we had a show recently and everyone was talking about the impact that that's going to have on the growth of the sport. How do you think those kids were reacting? Do you think, I mean, maybe not specifically that group, but do you see Irish people maybe converting and playing a bit more like flag football now?
Yeah, flag is a great concept. We love tackle football, but we love flag as well. And as you said, now that it's an Olympic sport, if you're a youth of Ireland and you start playing flag, you could one day play in the Olympics. So pretty exciting.
Yeah. Prior to kickoff tonight, 6-3 in the season. It feels like the season just flying in. Yeah. How are you finding it so far? Because to be 6-3, brilliant.
Yeah, we're excited in the position we're in. Hopefully we can take care of business today and continue to get more wins in the win column. But it's been a fun season, and you just go week by week and hope you can walk away from the stadium with a W.
And speaking about the NFL kind of more generally then, it's been a crazy year for the AFC, right? How do you react, say, from the Pittsburgh Steelers seeing your rivals or whatever, their quarterback's going down? I mean, obviously, you wish them well in their recovery and that, but I mean, there's a window there for the Steelers.
Well, unfortunate anytime an injury happens on any of the teams, so hope those guys get healthy, but we can't be comfortable with that. NFL players are good across the board, so it's about us handling our business.
I tell you what, you see a lot of defense on this field behind us. The Steelers defense is up there with anything. Look, just finally, Dan, we obviously appreciate not just the time here today, but the time over the last 6 to 7 months for a start. But what's next? Do you have anything you can tell us, or is it just sort of keep plugging away as we say? Or?
More events to come. No breaking news to share, but more events to come. Whether it's this spring, this summer, next fall, the Steelers will continue to activate Ireland in a big and exciting way.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you, because I know serious amount of work has been put in, and you can see the dividends being paid off today with just hundreds of fans coming here. It means a lot to us to see it as well.
Yeah, and the place looks incredible. And like I said, I'm so thrilled that the Steelers are here, because this is amazing that we're getting Santonio, Holmes, the likes of yourself, Alan, on. So from everyone from Pro Football Ireland.
Safe travels back, and maybe we'll see you in February in Vegas.
Thank you. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Thank you. Mark. What an honour to chat to those guys. I mean, as a Cardinals fan, you must have been in your element talking to Santonio Holmes.
He broke the hearts. Alan played for the Cardinals for a season, so it was definitely nice. But no, I mean, the inside, it was really cool hearing them talk about their experiences in Ireland. They do seem to have taken a lot away, but they also, it was interesting when Alan said that Irish people and Pittsburgh Steelers aren't too dissimilar. I think that rings really true, and it's like, I feel like that's why the Steelers, and obviously it's down to the Rooney relationship and links to Ireland, but it's like, it really does feel like the perfect match and always has been, and it's great that they're representing here now.
It's great to see it, and look, we're obviously about to go into the fan party now. It's awesome to see this here, and you know what? Just to thank people that watch, listen, because times like this, days like this would not happen without them.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, it's not just Steelers fans that are here today. It's like, it's a collective. Like, it is us all singing from the same hymn sheet and just growing the game. And the amount of times I've heard in the last month the NFL has taken notice. It culminates for now in a day like today, but I mean, it's only a snowball from here, snowball effect.
I'm excited to be here again in 10 months to see my county lift the All-Ireland. But for that, it's been
I
great.
can't wait for Kildare's home games to be played in Croker for the league, because Newbridge is out of action, so I will be back here sooner than you.
Premium section, boy. Big thanks to Matthew behind the scenes, literally getting this all set up. Big thanks to everybody involved. We massively appreciate it. We've an interesting few weeks ahead, so stick with us, and who knows, maybe we'll be here again very, very soon for the Steelers in Croke Park. But folks, thank you so much for watching. This has been Pro Football Ireland.